After months of construction at Buffalo's waterfront, the $172 million Harbor Center is now open to the public. The puck dropped on your first ever tournament between Buffalo's very own Junior Sabres and Michigan's Nationals. We've heard about the business development. We heard about the job creation. Now we're turning to Kevin Adams, who's Vice President and Director of the Academy of Hockey, to find how the public can get involved. And a lot of that public involvement is going to happen right here at these two rinks. Let's start off by talking about the rinks.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's an exciting day here as the lights get turned on, tournaments going on, and I mean, this is a high-end tournament, 16-year-old, 18-year-old, led by the Junior Sabres, and it's an exciting weekend for us as we get going.
And let's talk about that high-end team, high-end players, and that's all surrounding the Academy of Hockey. What should people know about this academy?
For us, our expectation at the Academy of Hockey is to be a development destination for both hockey players and coaches. So certainly as we start our programming on Monday, we're catering to that high-end player that's really looking to go to the next level as the older player. Now at the younger ages, our little academy, we call it, that's that 5, 6, 7-year-old that's just starting out. And what's unique about us is we're going to have programming from the young age all the way up to NHL players. And so there's kind of something for everyone depending on where you are in your development path.
So listening to that, it seems like there's really two different public sides. The first is with the younger kids. If you want to learn about hockey, there's classes, there's opportunities for them to learn about it, right?
Yeah, so our little academy, as we call it, is just to get introduced them to the game and teach them the right way. And as you get older and the path gets, a little bit different, where we use that holistic approach, meaning on the ice development, classroom development, in the weight room development. That's all part of the makeup of a hockey player. And we know at the academy that the ceiling's different for every player. Some of them, that ceiling could be to get to the NHL. Others, it's to play high school or whatever it is. We just want to find that spot for each player.
So for Buffalonians that love hockey, we could possibly be seeing the breeding ground, major breeding ground for future NHL players.
No question. I mean, that's our mission. We want to get out there and we want to really develop these players. Work with them, teach them the ways, and the staff that we've been able to put together at the academy is something that I believe strongly is going to help. Between Adam Mayer and Martin Baron, just two of the names that people recognize. We have 8 full-time staff members on board. We're going to have Shelley Looney coming on board, who is a 2-time Olympian in the women's game. So it's really it's an elite-level expert coaching staff, and I'm looking forward to them doing their thing.
But let's be honest for a second. Not everybody that's going to get on the ice is going to be ready to go into the NHL game or even really play hockey at any level. But you do have opportunities for people that just want to skate around, and that happens before Sabres games. Can you tell me about this?
Yeah, I think it's really a neat program the Rinks is kind of putting on before Sabre home games, a couple hours before. People will be able to come and enjoy the facility, open skate, just get out there and wheel around a little bit, and then maybe go next door and catch a Sabres game. But it's all part of having Buffalo and the Harbor Center become a destination where people want to come in, maybe go down and eat or whatever it is. So it's just it's all part of the overriding mission here with the Harbor Center.
And real quick for you, what is it like to have the first puck drop?
Well, it's rewarding. It's been months and months and months of a lot of work, of planning, preparation, and so actually to be standing here today and the rink's open, people are here, and it's exciting. And for me, growing up here and having the career and the coaching, both in playing and coaching in the NHL, it's so rewarding now to see the people in this area get to do something and use this facility.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to continue our live coverage at the Harbor Center, trying to bring you the latest of what's happening right now. But right now, we're going to send it back to the coverage of what's happening right now at the Harbor Center. We're catching you up to speed how you can get involved in coming down here and seeing everything it has to offer. And the man to talk about that, too, is Don Hines. Now, Don, there was a lot of excitement right here at the Tim Hortons and Harbor Center yesterday. The excitement is still carrying over in today. And that's really because if you're a hockey lover in Western New York, this is where you want to get your coffee, right?
Oh, you better believe it. A steady stream of people here to experience a legend story. There's just no place quite like this. We've seen so many Tim Hortons shops over the years. Through our travels, it's really expanded, into every one of us who travels in Southern Ontario or into other parts of New York sees a lot of them. But really, who is Tim Horton? We all know. But what is his story? This store really, really gets into the gist of that.
And you were telling me that you had the privilege to spend some time with Tim Hortons' daughter. Well, daughters, I should say. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I certainly did. I had 3 daughters on hand. Today, I was yesterday to unveil the statue that's across the street here, which was a real special moment for them because they lost their daughter at their daughters, lost their father at a very young age, and so they've watched as he's been honored around the hockey community in Toronto, here in Buffalo with jersey retirement ceremonies. And they've watched his donut chain expand to have hundreds and thousands of locations. Now they see something that is honoring their father and telling his story and telling the reason that this chain of donut and coffee shops has the name Tim Hortons to it. It was very special for them.
And when you think about that statue, that really solidifies just how important Tim Hortons was for not only hockey culture here in Western New York, but also food culture.
Yeah, Tim Hortons certainly was. He came to the Sabres at a very transitional time. It was a very young expansion team, 2 years in, and his leadership helped mold and develop young players like Jim Schoenfeld, Mike Robitaille, ultimately leading the Sabres to their first playoff appearance, that big thank you Sabres moment that happened right across the street here at the Odd after a 4-2 loss to the 4-2 series loss to the Montreal Canadiens in 1973. Tim Horton was a big part of the early days of Sabres history, and now he's honored here at this coffee shop.
And if you stop in at this coffee shop, you're going to see 2 different murals, one, of course, dedicated to Tim Horton, and also another one dedicated to the Odd. But we have to turn it back to the Harbor Center. Real quick, what should people know about upcoming events? What should they mark off on their calendar?
Well, of course, this place, the Tim Hortons, was our first entity to open to the public, which happened yesterday. The rink's opening day is today. Started at 8 o'clock this morning. Our Harbor Center Cup tournaments, 2 of them are underway in the 16 and under division and the 18 and under division. And tonight we've got Ohio State coming in to take on Canisius College in our very first Division I hockey game. So we're excited about that. There's another one of those on Saturday night.
This is really becoming hockey heaven right here. A lot of excitement that I expect is going to carry over for the upcoming months. We're going to change gears and end our live coverage right now. And if all this talk of Tim Hortons has you hungry, well, Lauren has you covered in the kitchen. So I'm going to